Hello students. Now let's consider the second stage of diagenetic process. We named it as mesogenesis. As if you recall from the previous lecture, mesogenesis is a process that happens during greater depth of burial of the sediments. So let's look more into the process of mesogenesis. This, as I have mentioned, this process takes place during the deeper burial and under the condition of increasing pressure and temperature. This also changes the pore water composition and the presence of fine grained organic material in relation to the deposition condition that we found in the near surface conditions. Large scale and deep circulation of pore fluids having different compositions and EH and pH characteristics than those of the depositional environment, which causes transport of large quantities of dissolved constituents. This causes major regional diagenetic changes. The physical changes, which include compaction and porosity loss, and chemical or mineralogical changes that includes precipitation of cements, dissolution of minerals, replacement of minerals, etc., which brings sediment into equilibrium with the new diagenetic environment. Elevated temperatures add energy to the reacting system, lowering reaction barriers and increase the reaction rate. With the increasing temperature, there is an increase in the reaction rate. The rate of chemical reactions increase exponentially with increasing temperature. For example, an increase of temperature about 10 degrees Celsius, which doubles or triples the reaction rate. An example for this reaction may be ions such as Mg2 plus and Fe2 plus. Those cations are strongly hydrated at surface temperature and are not really entered readily into the carbonate mineral lattice. With the increase in the burial temperature, which is greater than 60 degrees Celsius, the ions of magnesium and iron, they become less hydrated and form iron magnesium carbonates in pore waters and relatively low magnesium calcium ratios. The carbonate cements precipitated during mesodiagenesis include iron and magnesium rich varieties, example for which is the minerals like dolomite, anchorite and siderite. All are either magnesium carbonate or iron carbonate. The increasing geostatic pressure with deeper burial is important because the solubility of the mineral increases with increasing stress at the grain contacts. So when you have higher pressure acting on the boundaries of the grain, you have a greater chance of solubility of minerals. In sandstone, increasing solubility leads to the pressure solution of grains at contact points, which bring increase in silica concentration in the pore waters. So the dissolution of the dissolution of the quartz grain causes enrichment of silica in the pore waters. This may reprecipitate very fast locally on grain surfaces that face open pores. When there is a higher porosity or open pore spaces, these grains, the dissolved silica reprecipitate on the grain surface, or otherwise it may migrate to a more distant areas before reprecipitate there. The pressure solution together with compaction caused by overburden pressure that reduces the porosity and causes overall thinning of the bed. Another important aspect is the pore water composition, which change due to chemical reaction of pore waters with clay minerals or other minerals found in the new diagenetic environment, and large scale circulation of formation waters, the water that present within the rock formation. Example for which is the alteration of smectite clays to illite at burial depth corresponding to a temperature of about 55 degrees Celsius to 200 degrees Celsius, which is a common diagenetic process that releases water. So you have dehydration process occurs at this temperature. During burial, organic matter is initially altered mainly by microbial activity, but it subsequently undergo additional chemical changes due to polymerization, polycondensation, which means that formation of humic and fulvic acids by combination of organic molecules. And there is a process called insolubilization, where the conversion of the humic and fulvic acid to insoluble humin. So these processes convert the organic matter into a highly complex geopolymer, which we call it as kerogen. You must have heard this term kerogen, which is used in petroleum geology, and kerogen may be a precursor to the petroleum generation. Now, with increasing temperature, the carbonylic and phenolic functional groups in kerogen undergo thermal and oxidative cracking at a temperature below 80 degrees Celsius to form soluble organic acid. The example for which is carboxylic acid and phenols. These found in shales and mudstones. So these organic acids, that is carboxylic acids and phenols, are expelled from the shale during the clay mineral dewatering, that is when the smectite transforms to illite, the transition between smectite-illite transition of the clay mineral. And those organic acids finally reaches to the nearby sandstones. As temperature increases into a range of 120 to 200 degrees Celsius, with further burial and increase in overburden, the carboxylic acid, that is those organic acids formed at earlier stage, are destroyed and thermal destroyed by thermal decarboxylation, as in the reaction shown, which means that CH3 COOH, which gives methane and carbon dioxide, or CH3 COO minus plus water gives gives methane and carbonic acid. At temperatures between 80 degrees Celsius and 100 degrees Celsius, organic acid predominate in the pore waters of the sandstone, whereas between temperatures of like carboxylic acid and phenol, whereas between temperatures of 120 degrees Celsius and 160 degrees Celsius, decarboxylation, which gradually destroys most of the carboxylic acid and release carbon dioxide in the process, and that increase the partial pressure of the carbon dioxide. These organic reactions strongly affects the solubility of both carbonates and aluminosilicate minerals, because they tend to produce acidic pore waters in sediments due to this process. As temperature increases progressively with depth during mesogenesis, dissolution of both carbonates, basically carbonate cements, and some silica minerals such as feldspar may occur in response to organic or inorganic interactions. So with this we complete the process called mesogenesis of diagenetic reaction. Thank you.